It's Jack Sinclair at referralcamp.com. Today I'd like to discuss website traffic and some simple free ways you can get lots of traffic going to any website. Of course, website traffic is a very large topic nowadays, and there are dozens and dozens of great ways to get people going to your site, and you can get as little or as much as you want, really. But I'll be covering some free ways you can do it today, things you can do right away, and get people going to your website. Just before we get started, I want to cover two simple things. The first one is your website needs to be converting and written well and have a product that can make you money. You know, this is probably obvious, but a lot of people start sending traffic to any old website and don't get the results that they're looking for. So there's some more information we'll cover with regards to that to make sure you have a product that people want and that they actually look at the page and take the action you want. That's another discussion. The other issue would be the keywords, the actual phrases that people are looking for to go to your website. You need to know this, what people enter in their keyboards in order to find stuff so that you can target that so they find you and go to your website. Okay, knowing that, you know, of course, the first thing that people do, and you probably heard of, is article submission. And there's a few really good websites where you can do this for free, but basically you write an article and you focus it around the keywords, meaning you put the keyword in the title, and then you sprinkle related words, just right naturally, a 500-word article. And then you submit it to a website like eZine Articles. And if you write it with a good keyword, which gets lots of searches, eZine Articles has really good page rank and quality and reputation online. And it will typically rank well for any kind of keyword that you put in that's not too highly competitive. So that's a great way. Now, saying that, there's a lot of things you need to know about keyword research to make sure you do it well. If a keyword is really popular, like the word sex, for instance, and you write an article on that, well, you're not going to rank well because so many other people are doing it and doing it better, so you'll never be found. So you have to find keywords that are not so high traffic, but still able to get ranked pretty quickly. Okay, with that, I'm not going to cover that in too much detail because you can come to eZine Articles and read about articles and how to write articles and everything like that. It's a pretty well-known method. When I get the Referral Camp product ready, I'm going to show you something very powerful with regards to articles, and that is how to get dozens of articles written for you, high-quality articles written in English, really well-written, not the foreign language articles you see often people write for others. So English language articles, keyword optimized, and then we'll show you a one-click submission technique, no submission software, but an actual way you can get the whole thing outsourced. So you can actually get your articles written for you, and then you can get them distributed to thousands of article sites and have the whole thing automated. That's a really great way to get your website visited because you can get 1,000 to 5,000 backlinks with enough articles. So it's a really powerful way. But to get started, you could go to eZine Articles, write an article, and submit it, and that would start the trickle of traffic. Okay, now the really interesting thing I'd like to cover next would be another free way you can get traffic, and that is by using what are called the Web 2.0 websites. Web 2.0 is simply a term meaning websites that let you interact. It's a two-way communication street where other people can contribute to the websites, make their comments, rank and score things, and other things like that. It's very interactive. And all the search engines have fallen in love with these kind of sites, so they very quickly get themselves ranked up high in the search engines for any kind of terms that you might comment on. Just an example of one. Let's go to my favorite, which is Digg. You've probably seen this before. And now this website is just thousands and thousands of articles people have talked about. Now the interesting thing about Digg is it's got many categories. So if you go down here, you can actually see many different topics, and you can go into these topics and look at all the things that are being written about that subject. Now, if you're a member here, and it's free to join, you can go and click Submit New and submit an article and write your own. And with that, you can put a link. So you basically give a title, and then you link it to some URL, some website, which could be yours. They don't like you going directly to affiliate links, so you'll need to get your own website and maybe discuss the product you're trying to sell and make it interesting, of course. Now, if you want to make something interesting and you don't know how that is, I have another ebook, another free download called 1000 Website Visitors, and it talks about the human interest aspect, meaning how to write a story which gets people curious, enraged, in love, touched, wanting to respond, these kind of things. Those are the kind of articles that do really well on Digg and these other social sites. Okay, so once you know that, then you can submit a story on a website which links them off and describe it with your keyword and get people to actually click through it and link it. If your story is just spam, meaning buy my product, people will bury you and put bad things on the comments, so you don't want to do that. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, maybe I don't want to do a story because I don't really have anything worthy that I know of anything yet. So I'm going to show you something you can do with the same social website, which will let you get traffic. And that is to go into the comments. When you go into the comments, it's people talking about the stories that have been written. And when you have a very popular story, like the top story in any subject matter, then what you can do is make your own comment. And sites like Digg are really good because you can put URLs in here. You just have to relate it to the story. So what you do is you go up to the story and you read it, you visit the website which is listed, you get the gist of what they're talking about, and then you comment on the actual story. You make something very useful and contribute to the story and somehow tie it into the website that you have. Again, affiliate links are not recommended. Get your own website where you discuss or do a redirect after 10 seconds. But the idea would be to get people to look at your comment and click your link. Normally on a good article like this with lots of comments, you can get 5 or 10 visitors per comment. So what you could do is go to many topics and comment on many stories and get yourself 100 visitors per day with just about 30 to 45 minutes of effort. Digg is not the only website. There's literally dozens and dozens of really high-ranked websites. Let me just show you another one here, Propeller. Another site where you can do the exact same thing. Either comment on the stories or submit your own. And they have their own subject matter, so you navigate to the subject that's most interesting. Let's see, Clip Marks, I think, is another good one. Here we go. And another one that you might want to look at, Reddit. Reddit. So these sites are all Web 2.0 sites where you can comment and you can create a story and you could submit it and other people can rank and vote on your stories and your comments. So what we're saying is the very best way to start without any real effort is to look at the stories that are popular and then comment and be specific and relevant and useful on the comments, and then put a link to whatever it is that you can tie in to the story. Remember, don't be totally off topic and say, buy my cornflakes when it's talking about space aliens. You really have to tie it together. So you might have to look around for something that you can think of tying in together with your story. But this is a very powerful way to get a lot of traffic. And of course, if you have anybody to outsource, and outsourcing is another topic we'll be covering in detail. But what you can do is get, a couple comments listed and 100 visitors per day to a website. And 100 per day is where you can make the good money. 100 with a 5% conversion can get you 5 sales, and that could be a full-time income. Now, once you get a website really making a lot of money and things are really flowing well, the next stage is to turn on the tap. The website traffic tap. And there's more advanced techniques for getting lots of traffic, 1,000 visitors per day and 10,000 visitors per day. This gets into the realm of what's called media buying. And some rather rich people actually have people on staff doing media purchasing, working with many big companies and sending just droves of people to their website on demand. And we'll be covering all that in great detail in Referral Camp. But for now, try the comments and see how many visitors you get to your website simply by commenting, making relevant comments on the stories at these social websites. If you want to wait a second, I will flip over to a list of Web 2.0 sites you can play with and try this comment technique. Please feel free to make any comments or suggestions on this video down below, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.